How much time till we're on?
We're on, Ron.
What?
We're on the air right now.
I'm ready.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Blues House. This is Blues News. You know, where we take that deep dive into entertainment, pop culture, urban culture, music, movies, comic books, all things like that. I am Bluminati, man. I'm gonna guide you through today's hottest headlines, man. You know what I'm saying? So stay with me, man. You in the right place. Let's get into it. Let's get it. First up, man. Let's talk this Thunderbolt situation. Let's get into this Thunderbolt situation, right? Let's see what the T-Bolt's talking about. Thunderbolts, man. Thunderbolts, they in the house. So this week, matter of fact, I want to say Thursday will be early viewings for those who can make it, man. But Thunderbolts finally hitting the big screens. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from Marvel. We're going to talk about the asterisk. You know what I'm saying? Is Marvel going to shift away? You know what I mean? Or are they going to do something different? Let me get this off of the screen real quick. Are they finally going to shift away from being quippy heroes, right? That type of formula. Do we even care about this Thunderbolt situation? And does this mark a new direction for the MCU? A lot of people saying, I'm seeing the reviews, a lot of people saying, oh, they back. Marvel is back. Now, you know me, as a big fan of Marvel, as a huge fan of Marvel, I want to see them win. But they got to be on the up and up. They got to be, you know what I'm saying? I think they got to do certain things differently. So I don't know if they necessarily doing that, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So let's get back to it. Let's talk about this Thunderbolts, man. Let's talk about it. So you know, we got Thunderbolts with the asterisk. What does that mean? Vanity's review has come out. You know what I'm saying? If you read the review from Vanity, but it's been a lot of reviews circulating anyway. But Vanity's review came out, called it a ragtag rethink of the Avengers. Like, this is the Avengers, like, I guess you want to say, that they putting together. You know what I'm saying? It leans into chaos and trauma instead of the traditional heroism that we normally get from an Avengers movie. This is what they're saying over their Variety. Now, we know that the asterisk is just a punctuation mark, but for this, it's an actual statement. It means something, right? It means something. Now, according to critics, it signals that these aren't your clean-cut Cap and Iron Man heroes from before. This is a different team. This is something different. They broken, weird, morally gray. You know what I'm saying? And from my understanding, Marvel wants you to get all of this. They want you to feel this. They want you to feel the messiness of it, because that's what it is. That's exactly what it is, man. But it goes to the team dynamic of what Marvel normally pushes out. And the question has always been, you know what I'm saying? Like, do we think that Marvel needs a full reboot of the team dynamics? Or should it stick with its original Avengers formula? I'm 50-50 on that. I think you can do both. I think you can come with a different team dynamic, but keep the formula that made the Avengers dynamic work, right? I think you can do that. And that's, for me, that formula that made the Avengers teams work is actual character development. So in solo films or character development in the movies, make you care about the characters. And I think that's one thing that Marvel just has been lacking lately. You know what I'm saying? They don't make you care about these. They've introduced a lot of characters, some cool, some not. But either way, they don't get you in the feels. You know what I'm saying? They don't get you in the feels. And with that being said, right? Trauma, witty punchlines, therapy, Thunderbolt therapy, right? Is that what this movie is about? Is that what we're hinging on? You know what I'm saying? The tone of this. Let's talk tone of said movie. They say the film swings from laugh out loud moments to seriously bleak emotional beats, sometimes all in the same scene. And I think that's kind of dope. I think you gotta play with the tone. You don't want to be too serious, but at the same time, you don't want to be, yuck, yuck, joke, joke, you know what I'm saying? Knee slapper all day long, because this is still supposed to be, especially when you're dealing with the Thunderbolts, right? This still supposed to be a superhero film, still supposed to be that type of a movie. So with the Thunderbolts, we're already dealing with traumatized characters, PTSD, identity crisis, grief, all things like that, man. It's all right there wrapped up in this team. And I think that's what's going to make Thunderbolts an actual pretty good movie. Myself, I think Thunderbolts is going to be a good movie. I don't know if it's going to be a profitable movie, but I think it's going to be a good movie. And I've been saying that from the jump. Out of the movies, these last couple movies that's come out, Thunderbolts is actually ranked high on what I want to see when it comes to Marvel. Fantastic Four, not so much. Captain America, Brave New World I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, even thinking about that joint. But Thunderbolts, it piques my interest, man. You got Florence Pugh as Yelena. She been hilarious, and she been killing that role since she was introduced in Black Widow. You know what I'm saying? And I think she probably, out of the new characters that's introduced, she will probably be the stand-up, or the standout role, or the standout person in this. You know what I'm saying? But yes, she's very funny, but I'm sure they're gonna have a lot of sarcasm in that, which means that underneath all that sarcasm is gonna be she's just doing it to survive. You know what I'm saying? To grapple with her role in the world, or what it used to be, especially coming out of the Widow program now. You know what I mean? Coming out of the Red Room, things have changed up for her now. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna play a lot on that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of how I feel when it comes to that. You know what I mean? But then, I questioning this, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all about, can Marvel navigate the themes of movie? You know what I'm saying? How can they navigate or grow up thematic? Because I think their situation is Marvel hasn't grown up with its audience. I think that's a key piece to me. And I could be wrong, but I don't know if Marvel has grown up with its audience. You know what I'm saying? Is it just mixing or throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks? You know what I'm saying? Let's smorgasbords and stuff, this theme, that theme, let's see what sticks. Let's see what, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think you do that. I think you figure out what you want to do, and you make the I don't want to say you make the audience like it, but you show the audience, this is what we're doing, this is the direction we're going. You know what I'm saying? And most of the times, audiences will jump on board. They'll jump on board, man. You know what I'm saying? So what people are saying, man, that the Thunderbolts does this differently. It doesn't wrap trauma in a redemption arc, which is good, because that's Marvel's like claim to fame, right? Redemption. This person is saying that they just sit in it. You know what I'm saying? We're watching characters spiral, joke through the pain, sometimes even regress. And that's arguably more honest than any of Marvel's done since Endgame. That was the quote that I received about this movie, man. And that's what you got to, sometimes is you ain't no say these characters, some characters are meant to be, let's tell this story, you know what I'm saying? And they can't be redeemed. This is who they are. And I think audiences will be better for it if you can tell a story, because you could still like a character that's a piece of, you know what I'm saying, that's an asshole or a piece of shit. You can still like that character. That character can still matter to what's going on, what goes on in the big scheme of things. But it seems like we always try to redeem a character. Killmonger, they try to redeem him in Wakanda Forever. You know what I'm saying? We got Loki, big if that ain't the most redeemed person, we got who else is being redeemed? shit, I can't think right off the head, but it's always Bucky. You know what I'm saying? Like redemption arc. Like we don't have to keep redeeming these characters, man. Let them live in it. Let them lay in the bed that they made. No need to redeem them. You know what I'm saying? No need to redeem them. But let's talk about who this team is made of. We got Yelena, right? Bucky Barnes, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, U.S. Agent. And we know none of those names ring box office, right? None of those names ring box office. So it's a gamble in putting this team together. You know what I mean? I remember when the Thunderbolts comic came out all those years ago, it was a gamble. Turned out to be genius because it allows you to do some stories that you wouldn't normally allow to do with your traditional superhero, you know what I'm saying, group and things like that. And I hope they really lean into that. Hope they really lean into and I don't mean Task X Suicide Squad type situation. I ain't even talk about that. I'm just talking about morally gray situations, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that you wouldn't see the Avengers doing because the Avengers is super shiny reds and yellows and they just loud colors, and then you get these misfits, right? Second tier characters. Speaking of that, Variety also, they made a statement in their write-up saying that they're second tier characters in first tier franchise that is either genius or desperation. I think I don't know if it's the latter. I think it's a bit of both. It's genius to do this, and I think they are I think Marvel been desperate for a minute. So I can't say that it's not desperation. But this could, and it could end up looking genius in hindsight, because that's the whole thing. Things look genius in hindsight, right? So is Marvel using these B-list characters to take narrative risk, or just trying to save money and stretch the IP catalog? I hope they're doing this to take narrative risk. Because Marvel, the thing is, Marvel has taken risk, just not to me. They've taken risks. They just haven't narratively sewn it up to where we want to see that risk reap benefits and get a reward, because we don't get we get Eternals, right? Big risk. But where's the reward for us who sat through the movie? Was there, you know what I'm saying? It didn't do. Eternals should have changed the world of the MCU. That's how big that film should have. It kind of felt that way, but you leave like scratching your head. And then as we continue forward, nothing comes from that. Up until we get to Captain America: Brave New World, they kind of address it, but how many years removed? This was something like that happening should have been, if y'all were around doing 9/11, if y'all were grown or in your college years, when 9/11 happened, that changed the world. The way the world operated changed. I didn't feel that in the MCU when Airsom the Judge shows up big, you know what I'm saying, in the sky and says, "I'll be back, you'll be." Nothing changed from that. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a situation that they got to rectify. That's something that they got to do. But do we need B team movies right now? Because the real world feels broken. So why not do B team? You know what I'm saying? The audience might resonate. The audience might resonate because they might see them as the everyday man. Yeah, they got some super soul, but for the most part, even in the trailer, they said all we can do is punch and shoot. All we can do is punch and shoot. That's it. All we can do is punch and shoot. All I can do is punch and shoot. Right? All the everyday man can really do is punch and shoot. Maybe be a super, throw some athleticism in there, flip a little bit or something like that. But the average man could just punch and shoot. The average woman could just punch and shoot. So maybe it resonates with the fans when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? This cinematic style that they shoot it in, I think it looks good. You know what I'm saying? I think this is something we talked theme and tone. I think that's what you do. Grit and grunge, kind of gray, just washed out colors. I think you do that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's grungier than usual. Then, like I said, the Marvel fare of the bright yellows and stuff like that, the reds. This is gone. You know what I'm saying? This is grunge style, grit. You know what I'm saying? No glossy cityscapes and chirpy soundtracks. We get this low lighting, shadow interiors, the fight choreography that feels like you tired. You know what I'm saying? It make you, and which it should be like that. It should feel like they really getting to it. You know what I'm saying? It should, and I'm just talking from the trailers. I ain't seen it yet, but from what I've seen, the some of the behind the scenes stuff, the extra footage that I saw, it makes you, you know what I'm saying, watching it, it makes you a little exhausted. Like, damn, they getting their ass whooped. Or such and such is losing this fight. Like, you should feel like that. You know what I mean? Because you're not supposed to cheer with every punch. You're supposed to feel it. You're supposed to feel the weight of the punches, the gravitas. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to feel it. Supposed to feel it, man. But they say that the pacing drags. Like I said, I'm just reading these, what Variety wrote, these reviews. Said the pacing drags in the second act, and that the scenes that feel like deleted Hawkeye episodes. And I like Hawkeye. Hawkeye was one of my top first Disney Plus joints. I still rate it in the Disney Plus. It's top. It's up there for me. It's up there for me. So Marvel is still struggling with its editing bloats and its editing situations, which, I mean, you know, they got to do. For me, like the excuse, you can't have the excuse no more. Y'all too many years in. Y'all should know how to edit. Y'all should know how to revise a script. Y'all should know how to do reshoots. Y'all should know how to do that. So pull your skirt down, because your drawers are showing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time. It's time. So what does this mean for the MCU? What does this mean for the MCU? Is it too weird for casual fans? Is it too subtle for those who came for the kaboom and the excitement? To me, this would be the film that Marvel probably should have started off post Endgame. You know what I'm saying? To test the waters. What they kind of did with Black Widow. And I think Black Widow deserves, especially if this movie does as good, or if this movie is as good as I think it's going to be, I think Black Widow deserves some type of apology, right? That's what I think. But I think this movie feels a little bit more human. It's more down to earth. I just what I get from the trailers. So the thing is, this is gonna make a lot of people ask the question: who should lead the Avengers going forward? Yelena or Bucky? That's probably gonna be everybody's thing when it comes to this, right? Who should lead? Yelena, Bucky? I don't know. Me myself, I don't think they should. This is fine. Now it's fine, but I think coming off the gate, I don't think they should have won Avengers. I think they should have cleansed the palette a little bit to get away from Avengers type stuff and build up another set of you know what I'm saying, like whether it was the Fantastic Four, whether it was the X-Men, just build up another sector of things, you know what I'm saying? So I think that would have been the best thing to go. And I could be wrong. But hopefully this works, man. Hopefully this is it. You know what I mean? Because it needs to be. It really needs to be, man. Thunderbolts. Are y'all going to see it? Let me know in the comments down below if y'all going to see that. Let me know. Let's keep this thing rocking. Rolling. Oh, my bad. Outkast with a K, yeah, them niggas is hard. Harder than a nigga trying to impress God. Pull your whole deck, pulling your card, and still take my guitar and take a walk in the park and play the sweetest melody the streets ever heard. Got to sucking in my now while they eating my verse. Get full and they pop. lock, lock, drop to the beat. Oh, what y'all know about that Cass, man? What y'all know about Cass, man? These boys been inducted into the Hall of Fame. My favorite group of all time, the GOATs. The GOATs. Outkast is the GOATs. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this hip-hop situation. The GOATs. Trying to tell y'all. This means a lot to me, man. Favorite group, like I said, favorite group of all time. So this really means a lot to me. I think it means a lot to hip-hop. I think that's the real thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot to hip-hop, a lot to Southern hip-hop. Outkast with a K, Hall of Fame bound. Come on, man. Monumental moment in music history, hip-hop history, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So it was announced back in April 28th, 2025. The iconic Atlanta rap duo will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man. Now, this marks a significant milestone as they become the first rap duo to receive this honor. They the first rap duo or group to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's nuts, so. That's nuts, man. That's nuts, so. You know what I'm saying? But that's dope. It's needed. Like I said, it's needed. Outkast induction is more than just an accolade. It's a recognition of their groundbreaking contributions to music, their unique fusion of genres, innovative storytelling, have left an undeniable mark on hip hop and beyond. Come on. What more can you say, right? What more can you say? This brings a broader discussion. Right? Should hip-hop artists be inducted to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I'm gonna say, yeah. Why not? If that's what we got right now, that's what it is. Because it seems like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame encompasses all genres. That's what it seems like. You know what I'm saying? Plus, rock and roll, hip-hop, it really ain't no big difference. It's all black music. And at the end of the day, right? It's all black music. Now, some purists might argue that the hall should be exclusive to rock artists. Maybe. Others believe it should honor influential music across all genres. Some might even say do a hip-hop Hall of Fame because that's just how big and huge you know what I'm saying? Hip-hop has overreached rock and roll. They are the new kings on the blizzard. And that's cool. That's cool. They're the new kings on the block. So, but I still think, yeah, come in, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We come in there and do that. We dominate that. We come in and dominate that. No big deal. You know what I mean? So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Do you think Rock and Roll Hall of Fame should continue to honor hip-hop artists? I think they should. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Should it be all encompassing, or should they change the situation? Should hip hop try to go get, and I think it is one, but you know what I'm saying, that you come on, we know about validations and what's going on, you know what I'm saying? We know. I think just keep it how it is. It ain't hurting nothing, you know what I'm saying? You know, it ain't hurting nothing. But as y'all know, Outkast, this is big because of the Southern hip hop influence, you know what I'm saying? And ever since them Source Awards, when Drake got up there and said the South got something to say, the South ain't let their foot off the gas, man. So that's what's real dope about this. That is real. Y'all know me. I'm a hip hop head. I can go north, east coast, down south, west coast. I'm a hip hop head. I listen to it all. But the South is where I lay my head at. It's where I went to high school at. You know what I'm saying? All my family from the South. So this is big in my household, man. This is a big thing, man. You know, their success was pivotal in bringing Southern hip hop to the forefront. Cass did that. The Atlanta roots have inspired a generation of audience and artists and reshaped the musical landscape. That's what they did. That's what Cass did. So I know fans are eagerly awaiting whether Stacks, 3 Stacks, and Big Boy, Daddy Fat Sacks will unite on stage to accept an awards. Hopefully they do, man. Maybe we even get a performance. Can we get a performance, Cass? Outkast, can we get a performance? Can y'all get together and give us a performance? I don't care what y'all can do a B-side, Beans and the Beamers for all I care. Just give me something. Jazzy Bell, one of my favorite Outkast songs is Jazzy Bell. Can you get up there and do Jazzy Bell? Huh? Man, I don't think y'all rocked the stage since like 2014, and I missed that. So this would be dope to see y'all get up there. You know it's highly anticipated. You know we looking as fans. You know we waiting. You know what we want. You know what we want. You know what I mean? You know what we want. Now, Outkast induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a testament to the enduring legacy and the evolving revolution of hip hop's place in music history. So we got to celebrate this accomplishment, this achievement, and look forward to many more from hip hop. So we know what's next, because like Outkast, hip hop is everlasting, baby. That's right. That's right. So y'all let me know what y'all think about Outkast, you know what I mean? And their induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm gonna start doing this with these questions at the end of every segment. Beat it up in the comments with these questions, man. Beat it up in the comments. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Next up, what we got next, man? Tell me what we got next, man. What do we got next, man? Keeping it G. Keeping it G. Kendrick and Drake, man. A year later. Hey, it's this the beef. I mean, just won't quit, huh? Just won't quit. And why would it quit? Why would it quit? Right? It's a year later now. Kendrick, they talking about he doing too much. He doing too much. And I'm like, where? Where? Y'all told this man to drop. He dropping now. Y'all scared. Now y'all talking about he doing too much. He doing too much. Nah, man. Nah, man. Can't Tootsie slide out of this one. Ain't that what Drake said? Nah. Hey, this is what you wanted. So this is what you getting, man. This is what you getting. Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Year later, what started off as a lyrical flex turned into a cultural turning point. This is big in the culture. It's the turn. It's for like what has dropped since last year up until now. It's not been a lot of major drops when it comes to music, right? Normally we get a lot of major drops. It's like people were scared to drop because the boogeyman was out here. Like they were scared to drop. But we're gonna break it all down, man. Spring 2024 is when we talking about. That's the spark. Kendrick surprise verse from Future Metro Booming's Like That. He dropped that verse. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just come at Drake. He blew up the myth of the so-called big three. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. That was supposed to be the big three. Kendrick said, nah, I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? F the big three, dog. It's just big me. And that's what lit the fuse. You know what I'm saying? Now, that was all into a response from first-person shooter that Drake and J. Cole put out. Drake and J. Cole put out first-person shooter. You know what I'm saying? We come to find out they I think Drake asked Kendrick to be on the song. Kendrick was like, nah, dog, you know, I don't even rock with you. Why are you even calling me? You know what I mean? So from what I understand, some verses was changed up on there, and they took a couple of shots at Kendrick. Kendrick didn't like that. So y'all talking big three, y'all doing all this, but y'all playing all the 1-2 man games. But y'all said the big I got y'all. And Kdot dropped that verse on Like That. And we here now, right? We here now. After that, we know Drake clapped back with push-ups. You know, fans thought that push-ups was pretty cool, you know, real playful. You know what I'm saying? Hi. He telling them, you know, because Kendrick be doing push-ups in the park and stuff. He was talking about the man's shoe size, how short he is. You know, it was real playful little diss song. But the tone changed, man. It shifted. It shifted with one song. One. Kendrick dropped that Euphoria. Woo. He dropped that Euphoria. And then he hit him with that Not Like Us also. That last one. That was like a cultural grenade. That was like napalm, a nuke, even. You know what I'm saying? Fans weren't just quoting it, they was chanting it. It was all over NBA games, NFL games, parties, the streets, everywhere. Everywhere, man. Everywhere. It wasn't just a diss track. It was like this, what the whole Kendrick, everything that Kendrick dropped was like a dismantling of Drake's personal persona. Like he dressed Drake down. You know what I'm saying? Walked him down. It was, you know what I'm saying? Not like us had lines like trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor. Now that went viral. We know that was, everybody was chanting, they was waiting. They even in the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? It was dissected for days. Genius. The TikTokers on TikTok dissecting what's going on. You know, the allegations Kendrick laced in the song, accusations of grooming, misusing power, cultural theft. You know what I'm saying? Now, some would say with Kendrick saying all that he went too far. I don't believe, because it is evidence to back it up. And this is this hip hop, man. In a diss, I don't have to be 100% correct. I just need to put, just like in prosecution of you know, or in court, all I got to do is put seeds of doubt. Seeds of doubt, make you doubt your mans. You know what I'm saying? Chink that armor up. That's all I got to do. That's all. And that's what Kendrick did. He laid them seeds of doubt, and people started going and looking for things themselves, because that's what you get the opportunity to do on this internet right here. You know what I'm saying? I think he said what needed to be said, because as soon as he started saying these things, it made me think about the stuff that I had seen before about Drake. You know what I'm saying? Now, Drake kind of threw the white flag in when he came out with The Heart Part 6. To me, I took that as a white flag. He denied allegations, called Kendrick manipulative, even suggested Kdot was exploiting dark imagery for clout, right? What? The thing is, by then the tide had turned. It was over for Drake. It was over for the sixth guy, Champagne Poppy. The track didn't resonate. He sounded, like I said, deflated, cornered, just too corporate. Even Drake's whole rollout against Kdot was kind of corporate. You know what I'm saying? None of the media outlets who normally love Drake was rocking with him. You know what I'm saying? He just looked real vulnerable. And I know why he looked vulnerable, because he's not him when it comes to that. He's not him when it comes to that. He's really not, man. So then let's talk about the fallout. Like I said, that was Drake waving the white flag. Now let's get Kendrick's victory lap. This year-long victory lap that he been on. You know what I'm saying? February 2025, Super Bowl. Well, before the Super Bowl, Kdot wins 5 Grammys for Not Like Us. One song, 5 Grammys. He headlines the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, the Super Bowl. And what track does he do? Front and center. He does Not Like Us. Also, he drops an album before that. GNX, just a surprise drop. It goes #1. He's got #1 single still charting. Not Like Us is still charting. He announces a tour with SZA. They got a song that's charting. I think it's #1 right now. Dude ain't playing no games, man. Now, Drake was quiet up until he released Sexy Songs for You. You know what I'm saying? But up until then, he ain't really had no new music, no direct responses. His cultural currency was lacking. You know what I'm saying? Took a big hit. Now, his streams stay high because Drake is still the superstar that he is, but wasn't looking too good for your boy. You know what I mean? Wasn't looking too good. The crazy thing was the beef. It wasn't just about music. This was a, as the homie Justin Hunt says, a Shakespearean shakedown. You know what I'm saying? It was more than music. It was about image. It was about legacy. It was about what hip hop should be. And this was all in the age of social media. The crazy thing is, Kendrick ain't even big on social media. but he just letting the people do what they do. Right? He just letting the people take it in, digest his art the way it's supposed to be digested. You know what I'm saying? He leaning into the storytelling, the trauma, black excellence. He did all that while Drake was trying to lean into memes, mind games, being manipulative, misdirection. Come on, man. Come on, man. Now, some would say this is like the biggest beef since Jay-Z and Nas. I think this surpasses that. And I've seen a lot of beefs, lots of beefs. I've been alive for a majority of them. Well, they were small beefs to the big beefs. This one takes the cake. You know what I'm saying? This one takes the cake. So the hot take is, for me, I don't think Kendrick just won the battle. I think Kendrick has redefined what it means to win and what it looks like when you win a battle in the digital age. You have to be sued by your opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like your opponent, you got to hurt your opponent so much that they sue the very record label that they own for not being protected. That's what it takes to be a winner now. That's what Kdot has shaped the zeitgeist to be. So if you ever if y'all dissing, if y'all doing diss tracks back, it's that bar is set high. It ain't, oh man, I don't even know. Whatever that next beef is, it is set high, y'all. It is, that bar is high. That hurdle, whatever that, oh man, that hurdle is high, real high, real high. But yeah, y'all, it's been a year later. I just want to do a quick wrap up and show y'all where we at right now. Kendrick is on tour. He's killing these cities, selling them out. Stadium tours, y'all. Stadium tours, selling out stadiums. All he did was keep his head down, give out the art, and let us live in it. And that's really the best thing you can do. That is really the best thing you can do. When your music speaks for itself, you ain't got to do nothing else, man. But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like I said, let me drop the questions that y'all can beat up in the comments real quick. Let's get these questions. These are the questions. How did the rap battle start? The diss track lyrics that hit the hardest. What are ones that hit the hardest? And did Kendrick cross a line? Y'all let me know, man. Drop your takes below. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Without further ado, man, let's get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody who came through and really kicked it with your boy here, man. Hope y'all enjoyed today's topics or whatnot. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more unfiltered opinions and topics. The memberships are open if you want to do that, and you can always donate at the Cash App. $Bluminati, BLUMINATI. You can always do that. So let me get up out of here, man. I gotta go hit this gym. You know what I'm saying? But before I go, like I said, y'all join that community. Stay informed, stay entertained. You know what I mean? Stay inspired. And until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep it real. You gotta go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Take it easy. Be safe.